And man, I'm not calling you on you again, probably ever. Chris?
There were also different big heroes in ancient Greece.
Sure. The most famous of which would be? Oh yeah, Odysseus. I was thinking Hercules. We'll read the Odyssey, part of the Odyssey, in January, I think it is. So we're going to move on after Caleb goes. War. There were wars. Pretty good guess for anything. But there were wars. So we're going to talk about Greeks and Romans this week. We got to talk and get background knowledge on the Greeks and the Romans so that when you read Julius Caesar by William Shakespeare, it's not 100% confusion. It's already going to be confusing because they talk in freaking Middle English, okay? It's 500 years old. These and thous and thines and all that. That's going to be confusing enough. But I don't want you to be confused about what's happening. So that's why we're going to learn this stuff first before we do some of the major scenes out of that, including the assassination of Julius Caesar, also known as Mr. Stewart. That will be this week, according to my plans. Before that, we got to do Article of the Week because it's Monday. Let me give you a little feedback. Last week, I would say probably 40% of you did not turn all of it in. You might have turned in the article, okay? But maybe you did not turn in the writing, or you didn't share it with me. So some of you turned in the writing, you shared it with me, but did not turn this in. I want to increase that percentage of people who turn in the whole thing this week. Okay? I also want to take a look at what makes a good written response. We didn't cover that last week. I just said write a written response, either one page handwritten or 250 words typed. But take a look at this and tell me why you immediately don't want to read this. Why do you immediately not want to read this? I've got guesses from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. A lot of people. Megan, what do you think?
Well, because it's not like something you can just
Yeah, there's no paragraphing at all, right? This was pretty standard, okay? I saw this a lot. I didn't tell you guys to paragraph last time. I just wanted to see what you produced. This is no longer going to be acceptable, okay? We've got to at least guess at where to put in a paragraph. At least guess at it. If you're moving on to a new idea, if you're changing a slight focus of your response or whatever, that's just where you put in a paragraph. We're not going to learn rules for paragraphing because I don't really follow rules. It's just I know that if I get talking a long time about a topic, I need to break that up, go back and break that up, or just usually, now I'm just in the habit of, I start talking about a slightly different thing, hit enter, start a new topic, okay? Also, tell me about this title, Chemical Weapon Response Paper. Does that grab your attention, make you just want to bust open this thing and get reading? No. It's like, it would be like if I were making a movie this last summer, tell me which movie I'm referring to, and let's say that I just called the movie, the title of the movie was, the movie where the White House gets taken over by bad guys. What if that was the title of the movie? What is the actual title? White House Down, and there was actually two. Olympus Has Fallen. There's two movies like the same thing. But yeah, notice how White House Down, it's more dramatic. Olympus Has Fallen, it's a little bit mysterious. Versus if I would just say the movie where the White House gets taken over by the bad guys. That's what this is, okay? This is basically a label. I want you guys to push yourself to, as kind of the cherry on top of a piece of writing, title it. It's not a major, but it's those little details that make you stand apart. Take a look at another one of these. We're just going to look at 3. All right? Now, I've kind of blown up 2 things that are very problematic for me. I've blown up this and this. Take a look at that. What problems do you see? I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I need at least 16, 13, 14, 15, 16. All right, great. What's the problem, Alexis? Louder, please.
The fonts are different sizes and still not paragraphs.
Yeah, I blew up the fonts and they're still not in paragraphs. But Alexis, what is wrong with like this word? Why is this not a good start to the sentence?
Oh, it's not capitalized.
Yeah, this is what I go around and like beat people up for. It's not capitalized, okay? This student, if they don't get it together, they are telling me, Mr. Stewart, I don't want to type anymore this year. Because when I type, I turn in garbage. That's what this is telling me, guys, all right? I do not believe no professional writer writes the first draft like this. It doesn't make sense. It would be like reading an article first one time and then going back and doing your close reading notes. That's a waste of time. It's a waste of energy. It will make you fail at life. Do it right the first time. Capitalize as best as you can the first time. Always. Spell as best as you can the first time. Okay? Have teachers told you in the past, like, just write it out and it doesn't matter what it looks like, just write it out? All right? That's kind of true, but it's also kind of not. Like, you write it out and you're not worried if you sound stupid, but you're still worried about capitalizing stuff that should be capitalized, that you learned in second grade should be capitalized, okay? So I want to stop that habit. It's bad. There's one other thing, guys, that just blows my mind. What are all these red underlines meaning? Go ahead. Misspelling. This is the same Google Drive that this person wrote this in. Okay? This person's Google Drive was doing the same thing as mine is. All right? All they need to do is right-click with 2 fingers on that mouse pad, and they will get the correct choice. 9 times out of 10. All right? They can easily fix this stuff. And there should not be any red underlines when you turn these in. Okay? It's these basic details that are now required. You've got a paragraph. You've got to capitalize first letters. You've got to capitalize the word I. You just have to. Chris?
Just looked at it, that actually isn't a paragraph, that's one big long run-on sentence.
Yeah, because there's no periods either, right? So they didn't try any of that.
One sentence.
And I'm not doing this to mock them. They just got picked randomly. There were plenty that were this level. I don't believe any of my students is only capable of this. All right? I don't believe it. So I want to see what you guys can really do. Now, tell me what you see here. Boom. What do your eyes immediately say? I can actually maybe read this. This is nice. Now, he's still got some issues, okay? He's got some things that he should go back through and reread and fix. All right? I'm not saying this is perfect, but I'm saying it's on the right track. Most capitals are there. Most periods are there. Paragraphs are attempted. Questions for me about what I need to see in the writing this time? In that case, let's talk about the topic. Tell me, if I were to make you guess, what is the most money-losing branch of the government, part of the government right now? Don't look at this. Which part of the government loses the most money per day right now? What would you tell me? Give me some guesses. Douglas? The entire thing is not answering the question specifically enough, although I believe you're trying to be sarcastic.
I'm not trying to.
Haha, tittle, tittle, tattle, tattle. DeGage? The judicial systems. Chris? Education? Uh-oh, that would be bad. Others? Don't look at it, don't look at it. David Kindle? Huh? 12 what? No, what part of the government? Wasaki, don't look at it. Legislative, did you guys get one? Wheeler?
The military?
Now, I don't know if all those are true or not, I'll be honest. But today we are talking about the post office. Random, right? Guys, check out this first sentence. It's all I have to do to make you realize that this matters. What's wrong with the post office? It's hemorrhaging money at the rate of about $25 million a day. A day. Let me say that again. The post office in the US is losing 25 mil every 24 hours. Okay? That, my friends, is an issue. Because I don't know about y'all, but I could handle 25 mil a day. I could do something with that. All right? Could you do something with that, Miranda? Could you do something with 25 mil a day? I think so. So we got some waste there. There should be lots of questions bubbling in your head. Why, how, when, where, what's going to happen to stop this? And those are all questions that you can ask while you read. You show your close reading notes on the side. You answer the written response. You might want to write up here 250 words typed because it's not up there this time. And like usual for Article of the Week, you're going to get 15 minutes to get started. The rest will be homework. Yes, that's right. This is going to be homework, guys. So you're going to have to figure out how to get it done. Jacob?
What is a window quote?
The window quote. Good question. That's where you pull out, you know how magazines do that sometime where they got like a blown up quote? Like right in the middle of it? So you're just pulling out a jarring quote, an attention grabbing quote, and chucking it in there. Yeah, good question. Megan Ingerson, the first. I would handwrite it. Yeah, I would handwrite it. And if you're still not accessing Google Drive at home,
If you open File at school and take it home, the Google Drive is still open.
You can enable it offline. I don't know.
you've got to enable offline.